Heartland fans, the second we've all been sitting tight for is at last here. Amy and Nathan are formally hitched and fabricating a coexistence as a family. Be that as it may, is this genuinely their cheerful closure, or are difficulties standing by not far off? In this episode breakdown, we plunge profound into each endearing and stunning second, so remain tuned. Heartland Season 19 has at last shown up, and fans have been enthusiastically holding back to see what occurs next in Amy Fleming's life. Throughout the long term, Amy has confronted so-a-lot losing Ty, raising Lindy as a single parent, and attempting to push ahead while remaining consistent with herself and her loved ones. Yet presently, things have taken a colossal turn. Amy has found love again with Nathan, and they are formally hitched. This denotes another part in her life, yet the unavoidable issue remains. Is this genuinely her cheerfully ever later, or will difficulties emerge that test their relationship? In this video, we're separating Episode 1 of Season 19, where we at last see Amy and Nathan subsiding into their new life as a wedded couple. We'll investigate their relationship elements, family changes, and, obviously, the profound and emotional minutes that make Heartland so unique. In any case, before we get into that, we should all pause for a minute to consider how we arrived. For some fans, seeing Amy continue on after Ty's passing has been a profoundly close-to-home excursion. There were blended sentiments. Some accepted she ought to find love once more, while others figured her story ought to zero in exclusively on her autonomy and self-awareness. In any cases, first experience with the show carried another profundity to Amy's life. He wasn't simply one more love interest. He addressed a new beginning, somebody who could comprehend her aggravation while likewise giving pleasure back into her reality. Their relationship wasn't surged. It created over the long run, permitting fans to gradually warm up to the possibility of Amy opening her heart once more. Now that they are hitched, everything has changed. In Episode 1, we see them venturing into their new jobs as a couple as well as a family. Lindy, Amy's girl, presently has a stepfather, which brings its own arrangement of difficulties and changes. What is her opinion about having Nathan in her life in a more long-lasting way? Does she acknowledge him completely? Or are there waiting sensations of missing her dad? These are the personal layers that make Heartland such a cherished show. It's about sentiment as well as about family, recuperating, and development. Another central issue that Episode 1 raises is whether Amy and Nathan's marriage will be going great or, on the other hand, assuming they will confront battles right off the bat. Heartland has never avoided genuine troubles, and marriage is no special case. Despite the fact that Amy and Nathan love one another, they come from various foundations, and their process together won't be ideal all of the time. Will their affection be sufficiently able to conquer the unavoidable snags? This video is all about analyzing those key moments in the episode and discussing what they could mean for the rest of the season. Are we witnessing the beginning of a beautiful new love story, or are there hidden tensions that might surface later? And most importantly, what does this new chapter mean for Amy's personal journey? So stay tuned as we explore every emotional twist and turn of Heartland Season 19, Episode 1. If you're excited to see Amy and Nathan's story unfold, make sure to watch until the end. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in their happily ever after? Or do you think challenges will shake things up? Let's dive into the breakdown. Season 19 begins with a brand new chapter for Amy Fleming, one that fans have been both excited and nervous to see unfold. After years of healing from Ty's passing, Amy has finally allowed herself to open her heart again, and now she's officially married to Nathan. This marks a huge change in her life, not just for her, but for those around her as well. In this episode, we get our first real look at what Amy and Nathan's life as a married couple is like. For Amy, this is uncharted territory. Her marriage to Ty was filled with ups and downs, but their love story had deep roots. They grew up together and experienced so much side by side. With Nathan, things are different. Their relationship developed later in life, after both had already faced hardships and personal growth. Now, they're starting fresh, learning how to navigate life as partners and, more importantly, as a family. One of the most heartwarming aspects of this episode is seeing Amy and Nathan settle into their daily routine. There's a sense of comfort and happiness as they work together on the ranch, making decisions as a team. Nathan has always been supportive of Amy's passion for horses, and now that they are married, we see how he continues to be there for her, whether it's helping with training, working alongside her, or simply sharing quiet moments together. Their bond feels strong and natural. However, as with any new marriage, adjustments need to be made. Amy has been independent for a long time, raising Lindy on her own and making decisions without consulting a partner. Now, she has someone to share responsibilities with, which can be both a relief and a challenge. Will she find it easy to let Nathan in completely? Or will she struggle with the idea of relying on someone again? Lindy also plays a crucial role in this transition. She has been the center of Amy's world, and now she has to adjust to having Nathan as a permanent part of their lives. In episode 1, we get glimpses of how Lindy interacts with Nathan in this new dynamic. Does she see him as a father figure, or is there still a part of her that hesitates to accept the change? As a mother, Amy has to balance her own happiness with making sure Lindy feels safe, loved, and comfortable in this new family unit. Another interesting element in this episode is how the Heartland family reacts to Amy and Nathan's marriage. Jack, Lou, and the others have always been protective of Amy. While they want to see her happy, they may also have their own opinions about this new phase of her life. Jack, especially, has always been a father figure to Amy, and it will be interesting to see if he fully trusts Nathan or if he has concerns about the marriage. Throughout the episode, we see beautiful moments of love and partnership between Amy and Nathan, showing that they truly care for each other. But there are also hints of challenges that may arise. Marriage isn't just about love, it's about communication, compromise, and learning to navigate life together. This first episode sets the stage for how Amy and Nathan will handle their new life as husband and wife. Fans are left wondering, will their bond grow stronger or will unexpected struggles put them to the test? Stay tuned for more as we continue to break down Heartland Season 19. You think, she asked, glancing at him. Nathan took a moment before responding. He's got potential, but he's holding back a little, maybe nervous. Amy nodded thoughtfully. Yeah, I noticed that too. I'll take it slow with him. Let him build trust. Nathan smiled, admiring her patience with the horse. You've got a way of understanding them like no one else. She felt warmth at his words, but before she could respond, Jack approached, his expression neutral but observant. Everything going all right? He asked, his gaze flickering between Amy and Nathan. Amy nodded, just getting a feel for this one. Jack gave a small nod of approval, but his eyes lingered on Nathan for a second longer than necessary. Nathan noticed, but chose not to say anything. As the day went on, small moments reminded Amy that her life was truly changing. Nathan's presence was steady, reliable, but also knew it would take time to fully settle into this life together for Lindy, for Nathan, and even for herself. That evening, as they sat down for dinner, Lindy sat between Amy and Nathan, her small hands gripping her fork tightly. Nathan reached over to help her cut a piece of food, but she quickly pulled her plate closer, doing it herself. Amy watched the exchange, silently making a mental note to talk to Lindy later. Change wasn't easy, but love, patience, and time could help them find their way. And so, the journey of Amy and Nathan's new life together truly began, filled with love, challenges, and the unshakable spirit of Heartland. You think? He asked. Amy sighed. He's got potential, but he's not ready yet. He still hesitates at certain cues. Nathan nodded in agreement. Maybe more groundwork before pushing him further. She turned to him, a small smile playing on her lips. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was moments like this that reassured her Nathan understood her world. He wasn't just here for her, he was becoming part of what she loved. Just as they were sharing this quiet understanding, Jack approached, his expression unreadable. "Amy, got a minute?" Nathan stepped back as Jack pulled Amy aside. The older man's voice was low but firm. "Are you sure about all this?" Amy frowned. "About what? What?" Jack sighed, glancing over at Nathan, who was now helping Lindy adjust the saddle on her pony. Marriage changes things. It's not always easy, especially when a child is involved. I just want to make sure you're thinking about what's best for both you and Lindy. Amy's expression softened. "I know, Jack. But I love Nathan, and I really believe he loves us too." Jack held her gaze for a long moment before nodding. "All right. Just remember, love isn't always enough. It takes work." Amy knew he meant well, but as she watched Nathan laughing with Lindy, she couldn't shake the feeling that Jack still wasn't completely convinced. That evening, as they sat around the dinner table, the atmosphere was lighter. Lindy had warmed up to Nathan a little more, talking about her pony's progress. Nathan listened intently, nodding as she spoke, making her feel heard. As they cleared the dishes, Amy leaned against the sink, watching Nathan and Lindy laughing about something he had said. Maybe this wouldn't be perfect. Maybe there would be challenges along the way. But for the first time in a long time, she felt hopeful about the future. And that, she realized, was more than enough. As the sun dipped below the rolling hills of Heartland, casting long shadows over the ranch, Amy sat on the porch, a warm cup of tea in her hands. The events of the day played over in her mind, moments of joy, small tensions, and quiet reassurances. The first day of her new life as Nathan's wife had been filled with emotions, some expected, some surprising. She exhaled slowly, letting the crisp evening air fill her lungs. This was just the beginning. Inside, Nathan was helping Lindy get ready for bed. Amy could hear their voices, soft and filled with laughter, as he listened patiently to her endless stories about her pony. It was a relief to see them bonding, but Amy knew that love and trust weren't built in a day. Lindy was still navigating her feelings about having Nathan in their lives in such a permanent way. Would she truly accept him as a father figure, or would there always be a small distance between them? Amy's thoughts drifted to Jack. His words from earlier echoed in her mind, "Love isn't always enough. It takes work." She knew he was right. She had experienced love before, deep, all-consuming love, but she had also experienced heartbreak, loss, and the weight of carrying on alone. This marriage was different. She and Nathan weren't just young lovers chasing a dream. They were two people who had lived through struggles, who had come together because they believed they could build something strong. But was belief enough? Tomorrow, the routines of life would continue. The ranch work would never slow down, and neither would the responsibilities of family. Amy wondered how Nathan would truly fit into all of it. Would he continue to be patient with Lindy? Would he handle the pressures of Heartland's way of life? Would their marriage be tested in ways they hadn't yet anticipated? She thought about the future. Would they have children together someday? Would Lindy see Nathan as her dad, or would the memory of Ty always create a quiet divide? Would the rest of the family ever fully embrace Nathan as one of their own, or would he always feel like an outsider? As the wind rustled through the trees, Amy reminded herself that nothing in life came without uncertainty. The only thing she could do was take things one day at a time. Nathan stepped onto the porch, rubbing his hands together against the chill in the air. "She's asleep," he said, sitting down beside her. "She asked me to tell her a bedtime story." He chuckled. "I think I butchered it, but she seemed happy enough." Amy smiled, resting her head against his shoulder. "She likes you. She's just figuring things out." "I know," Nathan said, wrapping an arm around her. "And so are we." Silence settled between them, but it was a comfortable one. Amy looked up at the stars, feeling the warmth of Nathan beside her. Maybe they didn't have all the answers yet. Maybe there would be struggles ahead. But for now, in this quiet moment, she felt something that had been missing for a long time: peace. And that was enough to believe in the journey ahead. As the first episode of Heartland Season 19 comes to a close, we've seen Amy and Nathan take their first steps as a married couple. Their journey is just beginning, and while there is love, there are also challenges ahead. Will their bond grow stronger, or will unexpected struggles test their relationship in ways they never imagined? What do you think? Will Amy and Nathan's new life bring happiness, or are there obstacles waiting just around the corner? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on Heartland Season 19. Stay tuned for more episode reviews, theories, and discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.